Hello, everybody. My name is David Castro, and this is uh, the indie spotlight on Bluebeards ride, inspired by the film uh, Crimson Peak. I will be our groundskeeper today. My name is David Castro, and these are our sisters. Introduce yourselves. Let's start with Megan.
I'm Megan, and I will be playing the very innocent and naive virgin.
Cool. Who wants to introduce yourself next?
I am Victoria Vela, and I will be playing the witch.
I am Joe, better known as DJ Toreador, Nullifinger on Twitter, and I'm playing the mother.
And I'm Vyn Vox, and I'll be playing the Fatale.
Cool. Just some content warnings for what may come up in the game today, just so that everyone is comfortable. This is Bluebeard's Bride, so there will be mentions of violence, particularly towards women. There will be some body horror, some gore, things of that nature. So be careful with yourselves and the content you guys take in. We will be using both lines and veils and the X card. My players will tell me in chat if there is anything that they need to X card. If I see an X, I will stop there, move on, no questions asked. So, last session we built characters and explained the game. Today we will be going through the different rooms of Agardale Hall, aka Crimson Peak. But to start, let me again give the small story to set the scene and the theme of our game. This is the tale of Lady Lucille and Sir Thomas Sharp, Baronet. City to city, Paris, Milan, Edinburgh, to name a few, a pair of siblings arrive. The remnants of a noble family as decrepit as their ancestral home. They court the high class looking to fund their invention, a clay extractor that would revivify the minds upon which their house was built and currently sinks into. Not that they ever succeed. They court while socializing like people of their station should, and the young baronet finds a lady of wealth upon which to apply his charms. In no short measure, they are married, and he insists to install the new Lady Sharp in their home in England. It is in this cold, decrepit, derelict house, literally sinking into the sanguine earth upon which it was built, that Lady Lucille and Sir Thomas call home, welcoming you into your new grave like a bold. You introduce yourself to the sparse staff, but they all claim to have already met you, that Sir Thomas has been married for a while. Supplied by tea. You try to make this your home with your new husband, but he only has eyes for completing his invention and spending what wealth you brought into the relationship, while your sister-in-law is colder to you than the winter outside. You begin to sicken, but the Sharps refuse the attention of a doctor or to even allow you to leave the isolated estate. You've lost the ability to withstand the tea that Lucille insists will strengthen you, and are consigned to bed. With the loss of your strength, you make your way to where you can hear them. Lucille's usually cold voice, soft and loving as she sings. Your weak stumbling finds you in the doorway to her chambers, watching as her back arches in ecstasy, her head turning, her eyes sucking on yours as Thomas joins her in climax. As she rises, still aglow in love and pleasure that your husband never shared with you, she retrieves a knife. You can barely run, and being mistress of the house, there is nowhere for you to hide from her. When she discovers you in the snow-filled entryway to the manor, she takes her time killing you. In your dying moments, as you watch her cut a strand of your hair, her body contorts nearly in the same amount of pleasure she's shown while fucking your husband, her brother. But alas, the machine isn't complete. Innovation and the salvation of a noble family isn't cheap. Soon your wealth too will be spent, and the Sharps will go looking for another bride. With that, I believe when we made our characters last time, the mother seemed to be the dominant, perhaps even most dominant of the four of you. And so I will begin the game with her having the ring. Two rings, in fact. The wedding ring, which controls the physical form of the bride. This being said, everybody else can also suggest what the bride does, and in so long as whomsoever has the ring doesn't object, that is what happens with the physical form as well. And the ring of keys that decides which rooms we go to. So I will ask the mother, what does the first key that you choose look like?
It's an actually rather pretty key. It looks simple but ornate at the end. It has a little heart with a little small inscription of something written in Latin.
Interesting. So as you move through the house, you find the door with which that key goes to. It is on the second floor of the house. The outside of that door is carved too with a heart symbol, though the paint has long since been chipped away. You unlock the door and step inside. You find yourself in a large room. On the far side, you see chipped and peeling paintings of children playing, smiles, crafts, toys lay on the floor as though they were left there in the midst of some scene. On the far corner to the left, you see a single bed. On one side of the bed, you see pink pillows and a cotton doll. The other side of the bed is robin's egg blue. And upon that pillow, you find a small bear. On the other side of the room, you see the walls lined with bookshelves. What do you do?
She's going to like go towards the wall that's chipped and just kind of run her fingers against it. And
Against the bookshelves?
yes.
Most of the titles towards the floor are fit for children, but as the shelves reach adult height, you see tomes on the history of Asia, tribes of the Amazon, and explorations for the source of the Nile.
She's going to pull the one about the Amazon and just kind of crack it open and go through the pages and just stop at one point. No particular one.
Behind you, you hear just on the edges of your awareness the sound of a child crying and hushed tones of reassurance in another voice.
And it's behind me?
Mm-hmm. The rest of you can speak up too. Keep in mind, you're basically all part of the single person's personality. So if you've ever been in an experience and have that sort of conflict in your mind of, oh, we should do this, I should do that, that sort of thing here, you are all informing what this person does. So by all means, speak up.
Well, I think the Virgin, you kind of hear a voice like, oh no, someone's upset and crying. We should go and help them.
Ugh.
I don't understand.
Why should I go help some little son of a bitch? No. It's my turn. You be quiet. You like to play with dirt.
All right, fine. I guess we're just growing up sooner rather than later, and soon we'll be old and decrepit and care about nobody but ourselves. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's go ahead and do that. That's fine. And just like a little, like almost like a
anything if you keep acting like this.
meh, a stamp of a foot.
Stop that. Stop.
A mental stop.
Yeah, it's a mental stop. Like, meh.
Well, If we were any weaker, I would be also crying if I were in this place.
Oh, come on. Don't do this. No.
No, you know what? You're right. It's fine.
pages,
It's fine.
the pages of the book in your hand begin to turn on their own, faster and faster. And at the edges, you see almost, it's like a flip book almost. And what you watch is a scene of a pair of lovers engaged in passionate sex in what would appear to be the same bed as exists in this room. Faintly, in one corner of the scene, you can see the faintest outline of another figure, feminine in nature, watching the scene with red eyes. What do you do?
She's going to walk over towards the bed and pull back the sheets and inspect for stains. Yes, stains.
When you turn to the bed, you see them there. At first, it's as if they're almost transparent. And then they are there. And beyond them, behind the bed, is this figure enrobed in darkness with these glowing red eyes. The book comes shut with a slap and then opens again. And the pages begin to turn the other way. But instead of seeing the reverse of the flip art, as one would expect, the scene is different now. Instead, you see the same people, and this is reflected now on the bed. The same people, except the shadow person is now at the head of the bed, holding the woman's wrist as her face contorts in a scream you cannot hear. What do you do?
They're
She's going
mocking
to.
us.
Yeah, oh, the fuck they are. She's going to yeet the book at the shadow. Just.
Sounds like you are dirtying yourself with violence. That's what that sounds like.
Yes.
So roll me your 2d6s plus carnality.
Just hear the background. Oh, we don't have to get so far. Oh. Okay.
2 and carnality. Is it like a success thing for the dice?
So you tell me what you get. If you hit it all, you will do something. So 7 or more is a success. If you get from 7 to 9, there is a consequence as well.
I have 1 success.
What was the number that you got total?
Just 7.
Oh,
Okay. So you can choose from the following. You disable them, you silence them, or you mutilate them. But you also have to choose your vulnerability. You choose between the two. Either your vulnerability opens you up to trauma, or your carelessness leaves you in a bad spot. So what do you want to happen to them? Disable them, silence them, or mutilate them?
Disable them.
And do you want to be left open to trauma, or do you want to be in a bad spot?
Trauma. Trauma's fine.
Okay. The book flies through the air, knocking the male figure in the back of the head. As he turns, you notice he has no face.
Oh, shit.
He falls and disappears for the moment into dust, but the dark figure with the red eyes has now noticed you. She takes you quickly by the arm and tosses you onto the bed on top of the other figure. Roughly. Take one trauma. Now you have a choice to make. Either you can take this trauma alone, or everyone takes this trauma. Or conversely, you can always give up the ring.
I'll give up the ring.
Okay. Who do you give it to deal with this?
The noisy one, the virgin.
Oh, sorry. Okay. The virgin. You find yourself in control. As the shadow figure has bodily lifted you and tossed you onto this bed. What do you do?
The first thing she
Also,
does is. Okay.
Keep in mind your maiden moves as well. You guys have options of stuff to do, like take stock or
Right.
do other
Well, that's
stuff.
exactly
You have,
what. Yeah, that's what her plan is right now to take stock, and she wants to know, what does this place demand of the bride? She wants to know, why are you doing this to me, basically.
loneliness must be abated.
Okay. She's going to ask her sisters. I think I just want to cry out for help. But should we do anything else first? I mean, I'm just going to eventually cry out for help. I always do.
You wanted this. You wanted to be so open and honest and want to help people. Now this is your turn. Do what you want.
But I also wanted to talk to, the small ghost and not the scary one with the red eyes.
You're always wanting to talk. Talk now. You have the power.
I will say that's a little callous.
Yeah.
We're all in a very interesting situation.
You may leave yourself vulnerable to supernatural influences if you're not careful.
Hey, and I think she's just so she cries out for help because she doesn't understand what's going on and she's kind of freaking out.
You call out for help. Roll
Yes.
me plus resilient. On a hit, a house servant comes to your, or a member of the house in this case, comes to your aid. But on a 7 or on a 7, 8, 9, they first need proof of your loyalty.
8.
You hear a voice, stern, strong, sounds not on, like, it sounds as though there is a mountain behind it. She calls out, "You children better not be roughhousing up there again. So help me God." And through the door comes a elderly woman in red. Her white hair in a stern bun. You've seen her picture in the tour that your husband gave you when you first arrived. He introduced her as his mother, but told you that she's been dead for years. In that moment, the figure in darkness and the victim upon which you were thrown both vanishes, and in their place are 2 small children, a girl and boy. The girl slightly taller than the boy and older. She looks to you and says, "Had I not told you that you were to keep them quiet up here, caretaker, I thought I was quite stern on this and what the consequences of this would be. Was I not?"
Just play along.
Yes, of course. You were very clear. I take full responsibility.
Be a bit more coy about it. You don't have to be so. Ugh.
I take most of the responsibility.
Don't be that upfront
Okay.
about it.
She reaches inside of her coat and pulls out a small red satin bag, goes to the corner and pours out its contents onto the floor. It is several cups of rice. "Then kneel," he says,
Yeah.
pointing to the rice.
She'll start walking slowly, listening to see if her sisters say anything.
Oh, you will
But-
do no such thing.
Oh,
Because you're going to have to clean it up eventually. Knock her down.
I could do
Uh,
something about it. She's considered a servant, right? Question for the groundskeeper.
For the purposes of this, yes.
Also, another question: can you only use a face when you have the ring?
Nope. You can use your face move anytime you want when you decide what your face move is.
Okay, I can get you out of this if you really want to get out of this.
Okay, what do we do?
Do we still have time to care for a servant? Can we care for a servant right now?
Care for someone, yes. You
Care for
can.
someone, yes.
Why care for someone? Just knock her down and break her neck.
Care for someone right now. And just let me do the rest.
Fine.
When you care for someone, you ease their stuff. Though there is no one to care for in this moment. It has to make sense. It has to follow.
I'm going to say, of course, I will always kneel for you. And it's a lie. And she's going to choke from my lies. I'm poisoning them with my lies and the viper face.
What does that do?
It's when you care for a servant by poisoning them with your lies, they choke on your words and die.
Well, you can't care for them because they're not in distress or suffering.
Oh, damn.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah.
I know what we'll do, and she'll go and she'll just try to push her down.
You will dirty yourself with violence.
Yeah.
Roll carnality. Though I will say, the whole kneeling thing is the result of the trauma that Joe left you with.
Oh, so we have to do
Yeah.
it either way. I see.
Yeah,
Then
it's
she'll
the consequence.
She'll think because she hears the mother, like, you know, push her down, push her down.
Push her.
But she'll kneel so she can get out of the situation quicker.
Wimp.
And it hurts a lot. Take one trauma, just you.
Just me.
All right. She nods and turns to the children, scolding them. If I must come up here again, you will be joining her. Am I understood? They nod silently, and she turns and leaves. When she does, the shadow figure is back in the corner, glowering at you with unimaginable anger. And the male, again with no face, is there as well, nude and looking down with, you can tell from his body language, immense shame. What do you do?
Would the male figure look like someone who can be taken care of?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the Virgin's gonna use her face move, the lily, which means that she can care for someone, as long as she shows them something beautiful, but she does not have to demonstrate sincerity.
Okay.
So
describe to me how you care for him.
She'll kind of come up and try to ignore the very, very scary ghost lady and kind of see if she can find where the shoulder would be and be like, are those your books? They look very very impressive for someone your age. You're obviously very you take very good care of them and of your mind, and you should be proud of that.
And what do you show him? You
she
must show him something beautiful.
Yeah, she'll actually she'll pick up one of the books and find one with like an ornate cover and has beautiful illustrations on the inside, one of the very fancy ones with like maybe like the gilt on the outside, and say that knowledge is beautiful. You must appreciate beauty. It'll be okay.
You notice two things as he is soothed. One, he sort of gets closer to you, but in a way that sort of keeps you between the book and him. What do you do?
Just try to talk. Do you want the book? I can. And she'll kind of try to put it towards him, like offering it.
You hear a terrible hiss coming from the shadow figure, and when you move the book to him, he vanishes.
Oh. Okay. The ghost lady still there?
It's better that he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, he's. What else should we do in here? I don't know.
We should get out of here.
Should leave.
That is a safe assumption. We should leave.
Get up and leave. Now.
I'm doing it! I did something, and you didn't do it!
Move and shut up and go, girl!
She'll talk under her breath, but she's leaving the room. I'm doing stuff. I can do stuff. Doing stuff.
To leave a room, you, the current holder of the ring, have two options. Either you propose a truth about the room, or you try to escape without proposing a truth, in which case I will offer you a hard bargain or an ugly choice. If you pay the price, you escape. If you don't, you remain.
I would say she's pretty sure she knows the truth. She's like, I don't think our husband and his sister's upbringing was very nice. It's also rather weird that they shared a bed, and I don't think they were encouraged very much, particularly our husband. He wasn't supposed to be reading books. I think there's a lot of tragedy in their childhood.
Next, describe a token that you take that supports your idea of what happened here. It can be anything. And tell me if it's a token of faithfulness, where either you believe in the sharps, that they are good and maybe just misunderstood or damaged people, but ultimately good, or a token of disloyalty, where your unkind suspicions of them are thus proven true. If you take a token of faithfulness, you will heal one trauma. If you take a token of disloyalty, you will all take one trauma.
I think the only way the Virgin would interpret this is very sympathetically, that they had, even from a young age, and she'll pick the book up, actually, the one that he had to turn away from, and how angry that ghost was. So she'll pick that up and go, maybe there is something to be found. And she has very little reason to believe otherwise right now. And she'll just kind of like hold it to her chest.
Okay. Everybody can gain back one trauma. And with that, our first room, we will go on our mid-session break. See you guys back, and see you all and the rest of you in about 5 minutes or so. Okay. And we're back for our second room. Virgin, as you hold the key, describe to me which one you pick. Or you hold the ring of keys, describe to me which ring you and which key you pick. Words are hard.
She finds one that almost looks like it's made of like a bluish glass. Almost like it looks like it's frosted, and it is quite cold to the touch, colder than any of the other keys.
This room that matches this key takes you up the stair, up that winding staircase to its termination. It opens a trap door instead of a physical door that takes you into the attic. The room itself is pretty cold. You can tell that the walls here are thin. You can hear the howling of the wind outside. Here, scattered all around the room, are different small mechanical toys and inventions and papers. You were shown this room. Well, you found this room when you were searching for Thomas before. This is where he spends the majority of his time when he's in the house. This is his workshop where he designs again the extractor that is supposed to be your family's escape from decrepitude. The air hangs heavy in this room. The windows are almost painted over in dust and has not been opened in far too long, and the air hangs heavy with the scent of many days and nights spent focusing more on work and caring for oneself. In the farthest corner of the room, back to you, a woman with close cropped hair sits, shoulders hunched over in concentration. She wears a scarlet gown and mutters to herself, "It won't work. We need it to work. We need it to work." What do you do?
This place would be a good wine cellar. But yes, continue.
I find myself agreeing with the witch. Yes.
I don't know if he ever gets this machine to work, and after all of this, we could just convert it into a wine cellar.
And bring him down here for a nice glass.
Mm-hmm.
While those thoughts are going in her head, I think the Virgin is kind of staying close to the door, looking around, and she's going to try to take stock of the situation. Specifically, since the other room has already freaked her out quite a bit, she wants to know what horror here is hidden from her. She assumes there's more going on.
It's best to ignore those things.
The cost of ambition and dedication.
Okay. Yeah, this family is more complicated than I thought. What should we do? What do I do?
Don't look at me. You wanted all this attention, this power. Do what you want.
As you watch, she rumples up and tosses another paper behind her. It floats before it hits the ground. In scarlet ink
That lady
is
looks like she needs a glass.
yet another drawing of the excavator outside in excruciating detail. It is a blueprint done in sanguine inks.
A regular artist here.
Looks like she's put her blood, sweat, and tears into that.
Very unfortunate. I would like to use a maiden move, investigate a mysterious object with the blueprint. What memories does this item hold?
Hours and hours of struggle and desperation. You have another question as well.
I guess, why did Bluebeard keep this item? Sharp, I guess.
It is possible that through the culmination of failures, if you pay attention to what didn't work in the past, you might find a solution, and through keeping all of the designs that did not work, he might be able to piece together something that will.
Not only does he hoard, he's a failure. Way to go, us.
We did it for the title. We did it for the title.
He has money, and he touched my chin. And other places.
Also, love?
Yeah, that.
Yes, as well. And he's not that bad looking, let's be honest.
Oh, quite.
Yeah, that's
All of you are horrendous.
okay.
She's trying to point the finger.
She's gonna start walking towards the figure.
Gentle darling, you know how you are when you get a little too overzealous.
I think we have to understand there's some. What if we just reach out and like try with some compassion, and she'll try to. Can she care for this ghost?
Yeah, I think you can.
Yeah. I'm gonna try asking questions.
Tell me how you try to ease their suffering.
She has the blueprint still in her hand that she was looking at when the Fatale was looking at it. So she'll actually just kind of approach and put it back on the table and say, you dropped this, it looks very important. You must care very much for your family, and you sacrifice a lot.
As you watch this, as you say this, as you come around her shoulder to put it on the table, you watch as she makes another drawing. She draws quickly, but with precision. And when her dip pen dries, she takes it and stabs it into her arm.
Okay, so she probably.
Oh, hi. Hey, Vyn.
Yeah, you got me.
Yeah, no.
That sure does look like you're shivering from fear.
I was about to drop that too. I'm like, I think she freaks out at this. right.
As mentioned before,
That is not
I am
our business.
extending
That is
the
trade.
shiver with fear mechanic to all players at all times. As the Fatale doesn't hold the ring currently, she will be she will be performing as if she is keeping the ring and picking two options. So tell me then, what are you afraid of that will take
boy.
place in this room?
Well, first of all, guess violence against us. I was expecting that that quill or whatever sharp bit to be towards our eye or something.
Well, when and now pick two. When I describe how this is worse than just mere violence. Either this thing infects the bride with its perversion, has the bride in its clutches, or it speaks to you.
It speaks to us, and we're twisted by the perversion.
Interesting. So because it speaks to you, Fatale, take one trauma.
Gotcha.
As the bride under the Virgin's control puts down the paper, her hand mistakenly knocks over the ink well, pouring out the blood and ink within onto the floor. You see now that the artist is painfully pale. And her arms, and as she turns to you, her neck, her shoulders, her hands are covered in pockmark wounds from where she drove her pen in for more ink.
She really put her blood into this.
It would seem so.
She watches as one final red drop falls now uselessly onto the floor, and she cries out, how will I ever get it to work now? How will I ever get it to work now? Shakily, you feel as your hopes of happiness in this relationship, the wealth and success and status that should come with the title that you now hold, is all dependent on this machine working. You slowly extend out your own arm. She nods and stabs it into yours. All of you take one trauma.
Why did we let that happen?
What do you do?
I'm sorry she startled me.
Pull back. We need to get out.
I'd say knock some sense into her. She's going to stab us.
Looks like she's dirtying herself with violence.
Well, that's only a option the
Yeah,
person
I know,
can
but
choose
I'm
to,
just.
unless she wants to give up. You're muted, Megan.
Okay, now, the Virgin, after having her, and willing putting her arm out and having it stabbed, I think she at this point is like, somebody else take over! I can't think anymore! Somebody do something. I don't know, witch do something to her.
I can't do
My
anything.
apologies. Mother, because you gave up the ring, you did not take that trauma.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right, you give up the ring to the witch. You are now in control. What do you do?
Hmm. So she just stabbed us right now.
Mm-hmm. And she has begun to draw again.
Damn it, I don't think I can poison them with lies because they're not a servant. So, unless we think they are.
Get in there. She stabbed us.
You know what to do, darling.
What? Sorry, I didn't hear that.
You know what to do, darling.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm going to, I'm at this point I'm very actually pissed off that we got stabbed, and I'm going to dirty myself with violence.
What do you do?
Mm-hmm.
Are you trying to disable them, silence them, or mutilate them?
Disable them.
Roll me plus carnality.
We're gonna need all our dresses to be long sleeved
person.
now.
No, I can get nerve damage from that shit. Okay. Let me re-roll that. Okay. That's a 9. -1.
9. Choose either your vulnerability opens you up to a trauma, or your carelessness leaves you in a bad spot.
Mm-hmm. Would each just put me in a trauma, or?
Depends on how you describe you disabling them.
Okay. I guess it puts me in a bad spot.
Okay. Tell me how you disable her.
When she goes to try and write again, do they have multiple quills near them?
Yes.
Okay. Before she
You can always just describe the scene as you want to describe it.
Okay, before she goes to pick up the quill again, I grab it and I stab her in the hand, in her dominant hand.
And I investigate it.
Her hand sort of crumbles to dry ash where you stabbed her.
There's no use trying for useless dreams.
But your wound bleeds more from the exertion, and from the ashes a new ink pot forms. You watch as the blood flows from the wound into the ink pot. What do you do?
Well, that's rude. They didn't even ask.
Take
We
it
should
from
try
her.
to
Use
get
that
bandaged.
shit for.
You did offer.
Yeah. Yes, we did. I'm going to. Is there any way we can try and cover the wound? Or I guess I can take like a bit of the cloth from my sleeve and I'm gonna try and wrap it up.
I mean,
Sure,
there's
why not?
paper and blueprints all over the floor. They could
Oh,
finally be
yeah.
useful.
Okay. I find a clean one that hasn't been used. Just gonna do that. Don't want fucking diseases and shit.
Okay. What else do you do? She begins to draw again. Your blood soaks
I'm
through paper not meant for this purpose.
I'm gonna try to
It doesn't
attempt
stop.
to tell the truth about the room.
Propose the truth.
Mhm.
What memory does the paper hold?
Oh, are you? Oh, okay. You are
Using a notebook.
investigating a mysterious object.
Yes.
Mhm.
Nights and nights of tireless work, of both study in college and self determination. The bracket tearing of the weight of your family's of his family's name and the legacy on his back. You have one more question.
How much has he put into this machine?
You have one question. One more question off the list of questions.
Oh, off the list of questions. What are the questions again?
Under your maiden moves, I have it
Oh,
open
maiden
on.
moves.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
yes.
is
Okay.
investigate
okay,
a mysterious object.
Okay. What about this item is odd or uncanny? No, whose item is this?
This belongs both to Thomas Sharp and one of his very first brides before he even came back from college home.
First brides.
He met one of his first brides. Yes.
Did we know before that he was married? Previously married?
Yes. It belonged to both of them as they first try to discover a way to dig deeper and faster in a more safe way into the clay deposits under his ancestral home. He was not the sole inventor of the excavator. He had the idea for something, and she had the mechanical know-how of how to do the thing he wanted to do.
And that died with her then. That's why it doesn't work.
It would appear so. What do you do? You were about to propose the truth of this room.
Yes. The dream of the machine working died with that bride. And Thomas does not have the engineering ability to make this machine work.
Next, describe the token that supports this interpretation of what happened.
Disloyalty.
No, I mean
Oh.
a physical item.
Oh, a physical item. A blueprint done by Thomas that has all the math wrong. The dimensions are wonky. I would say that we are educated, not to go to college, oh no, but just to like have status and like say, oh yeah, we did it. We're smart, whatever. And even we know that the math here is just off or unrealistic.
Okay. And you said that this is a token of disloyalty.
Mm-hmm.
Though you hear the Virgin, like, I mean, he was trying really hard. It's not his fault. Not everyone is good at math. I mean, it sounds kind of tragic. Now, he didn't
He
ask us
put
to help, which
all-
offends me a little, but
He put our money into this, and
eh,
he doesn't know how to make it work.
I guess you're right. And she'll just like kind of fade back a little. You're right.
It's
Everyone except the Virgin mark 1 trauma for this proof of this loyalty.
I apologize.
It's the same thing. It's the ring.
How are we doing on trauma, yo?
I got 2 trauma.
3.
3 trauma for Vyn. 1 trauma for...
Bro, this is the second room.
1 trauma for Joe, we said. And 1 trauma for Megan, we said.
Because she
Well, hot
healed one
damn.
already,
Otherwise, the
so
next room, so we can down the trauma.
We...
I'm proud
As
of
the
us.
witch holds the ring and exits this room, tell me what the next ring looks like. Sorry, the next key looks like. I'm gonna mess that up all night.
It looks like a flower, like at the beginning of the ring where you hold the hold it, and at the end the 2 petals at the bottom, or no, the 2 roots make up the actual teeth of the ring, and it's silver.
This ring takes you back to the first floor. The door is dark wood, and there are flowers around the edges, and like a garden, and roots and vegetables, and it unlocks into the kitchen. Light streams in murkily through dust-coated windows as the crackling pop of the stove's flame fills the air with slightly acrid smoke. It pans and a kettle sits on top of the stove, and the door shuts behind you. Steam screams from the kettle's mouth, dark red vapors flowing from the kettle. What do you do?
I would like to investigate.
You would like to investigate a mysterious object.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming the kettle?
Yes.
Okay. Ask me your question.
What memory does this item hold?
It holds the memory of what the things that must be done despite how soul trending.
Things that must be done?
Things that
Despite
must be
how-
done.
Okay.
However, they may destroy the soul.
Hmm. What do you all think?
You have another question.
Yeah.
Unless you would like to defer to your sister.
I would like to defer to my sisters. Sisters.
Maybe why do they keep this? A kettle seems it doesn't fix anything or take care of the clay. Maybe it would be something hopeful.
Well, it's cooking.
The sharp keep the kettle because it is an integral part of the plan. As you pick up the kettle to take it off of the stovetop to cease its screaming, you find that there is a tea set on the countertop. You go to pour it. You're compelled to empty the kettle into it, for it is far too hot and getting hotter still.
What about this object is odd or uncanny?
We are
Specifically-
investigating again.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I have another question.
Despite you taking it off of the flame, it grows hotter still, and hotter still.
I let go of it
When
before it can
you
hurt me. No? Oh, damn. Okay.
when you empty it into the tea kettle, as you were compelled to do by the presence in this place, it grows incandescently hot and burns you as you drop it. Take one trauma. Now you have, of course, the option. Either you take this trauma yourself, or everyone takes it except for the virgin who just gave up the ring.
I'll just take the trauma myself.
Okay.
No reason causing a trouble.
And with that, with all this suspense, we'll call it here.
Ah.
and pick it up in the kitchen next week.
Making tea scary.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Make tea scary. Yeah, it's great.
Oh no!
I just got it. It's like, oh, that's why.
everyone. I will start with our witch who holds the ring. Introduce yourself again. Tell us where we can find you, if you're doing anything cool. That sort of deal.
Oh, yeah. All of us?
Starting with you, yes. That's what I
yeah,
just
yeah.
said.
Sorry. Sorry, I blanked out there. Yes, I'm Victoria Vela. You can find me on Twitter at Jesus_spicy, where I just sort of talk about things or talk about TTRPGs or Bright. So, yee.
Hey, Joe. Tell us about you and what you're doing this week.
I had to unmute myself. Hi, I'm Joe. Those are my handles at the bottom. I'm a storyteller for a V5 campaign of Vampire the Masquerade, Montgomery by Night. That's on Twitch, on River Region Studios. We're actually in the penultimate episode before the season ends, and we're going to have a break. And I will be in this, of course, on Thursday again, and a Dark Ages vampire game. So, as well as you can catch me on as Mage, Dreamspeaker's Mage, Henri Godot, and Cypress and Steel. Carrying company.
So many games. So many games. I wish I had that many games. Hey, Vyn, where can we find you and what are you doing?
Well, howdy again, guys. I'm V. You can find me at Vyn Vox VA. I'm excited to mention I'll be a part of the Game Gremlin podcast at Game Gremlin Pod. Well, we're going to do like a bunch of different indie games and keep them pretty fun.
Nice. And Megan.
Hey, I'm Megan. I'm on at Twitter at QuiNot. I'm on Twitch doing drawings. Like I'm just making a synthwave Mothra right now. We're talking about salad bars, and that's at Murphy Pop Art. It got real interesting. It gets weird in there, and then you know what I like when I draw alone. Yeah, and I have a game I usually do Thursdays over at the Lawful Geek called RP Knots, where we jump from system to system with our characters, and that'll be returning.
Wow.
Basically, when this is we played. The last one was Predation, so I got to play a dinosaur and my character. Oh, it's so good. But yeah, that's
fantastic.
That sounds so fucking funny.
That sounds amazing.
That's it.
And I am David Castro. You can find me at The Inked Knight on Twitter. Don't got a lot of stuff going on right now. My last Kickstarter that I was a part of ended actually a couple of hours ago. We successfully funded. Yay!
Yay!
Adventure for Trinity Continuum by Onyx Path. You get to punch Nazis and stuff. It's fun.
Yes.
But outside of that, don't have a lot going on right now. But I'm over there talking about RPGs and all that kind of good stuff. Other stuff happening on the before I even get to that, I would like to thank our producer Nick and Gehenna Gaming for hosting this game on their channel. Other stuff happening on this channel next week, my apologies. Wednesday the 28th, we have Kult Roundtable with two very special guests. So special, I can't actually tell you who they are yet. Suspense. Thursday after that is our finale, where we go through this room and the next one and see what happens to our player character. I mean victim. I definitely mean player character.
Yeah, that's not
Saturday.
No, that sounds
After that, Saturday after that is a one-shot of Void Heart Symphony, a new game from UFO Press RPG, which is inspired by the Persona series, and coming soon up after that.
Wait,
on the
what?
apparently, yeah.
Persona? Which one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
which
sounds really
one?
cool.
Oh my god, everybody's this lit up.
Seems like you'd have to tune in on the first to find out.
Damn. Okay.
On the
yeah.
third, we have that's being run by our producer Nick. So that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Also run by him though. On the Monday is no Academy, a horror-focused Monster Hearts game. And then on the 7th, we have a twist on Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition. It's going to be Dark Ages. So we all know how popular Dark Ages is, and it's a shame that it's not yet in 5th edition, but that's not going to stop us, right? So tune in for all of that, and especially next week, where we find out what happens to our bride. With that, and with our lovely sisters, I bid you all adieu. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.